I was standing at the airport, suitcase in hand, staring at the empty gate display. Flight 247 to Honolulu, departed yesterday. I checked my phone again, hoping I'd read it wrong. But the message from my mom blinked like a cruel joke. "Why didn't you come to the airport yesterday, sweetie?" I felt my throat tighten. The line between heartbreak and rage blurred into one clean, sharp emotion: disbelief. They'd gone without me. For as long as I could remember, family vacations were my favorite escape. My parents, both teachers, planned every trip like it was a ceremony. Matching shirts, photo schedules, even a family dinner rule. But this one, Hawaii, was supposed to be special. My first trip after college, my first time traveling as an adult, not a kid tagging along. And then this. They lied. Said the flight was Saturday morning. It left Friday. I checked the e-ticket they'd forwarded. Edited PDF. I opened the airline email directly. Friday, 7:10 a.m. The betrayal wasn't just in the lie. It was in the effort they made to deceive me. That night, my phone buzzed again. A selfie of them on the beach. My mom in her floppy hat, my dad holding a pineapple drink. The caption, "Wish you were here." I didn't reply. I just stared. The calm I felt scared me. The truth came in fragments, like waves crashing out of sync. It wasn't about the flight. It was about control. I'd overheard my mother once whispering to my father after dinner, "She's getting too distant. Maybe some time apart will remind her who's family." They didn't want me independent. They wanted me obedient. Missing the flight wasn't an accident. It was a message. And that message was received, loud and clear. When they returned, I was ready. Not with shouting, not with tears, but with silence and precision. While they were gone, I'd gone through the house. The documents, the mail, the little financial things my dad always thought I was too irresponsible to understand. I learned more in those 7 days than in 20 years of being their daughter. The house deed, jointly under their names. Retirement fund, 1 account, 2 signatures. Mortgage, due for renewal in 6 months. Every structure they'd built relied on their perfect partnership, their control, their unity. So I did what they did to me. I quietly disrupted their balance. I started with information. My father had once asked me to help with his password manager. I remembered more than he realized. I accessed his email, forwarding key documents to myself. Then my mother's. Her private folder was less private than she thought. Hidden beneath family photos were letters. To a man named Richard. Their tone wasn't friendly. "I wish I'd married you instead. He's so predictable, Richard. One more trip, then I'll decide." So my mother had her own secrets, and I used them. When they walked into the house, sunburned and glowing, I greeted them with a smile that made my mom's expression falter. "Welcome back," I said. "Sweetie, she began. I cut her off. "You didn't have to lie. A simple, 'we don't want you there,' would have done." Her face stiffened. My dad shifted uncomfortably. They exchanged glances, the guilty kind. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I just handed my dad a printout. It was a bank statement, one showing a wire transfer from his account to a name he didn't recognize. Richards. He frowned, confused. "What is this?" My mother froze. I looked at her and said quietly, "It's the man you've been writing to. I found the emails. Don't worry, I only sent copies to Dad." The silence that followed was delicious. The next few days were chaos, whispered arguments behind closed doors, slammed drawers, broken trust. I stayed silent, sipping coffee, watching the house unravel. My mother tried to plead, my father accused. Their unity shattered like thin glass. When he finally left, packed his things and drove off, she turned to me. "You destroyed this family," she hissed. "No," I said calmly. "You did. I just revealed it. Her eyes burned with tears, but I didn't feel sorry. I'd missed my trip, my peace, my trust. They'd missed their mask. A month later, the house was sold. I got my share, legally. My dad moved to Florida. My mother, alone and bitter, stayed in a small apartment downtown. I didn't block her number, I just stopped answering. Sometimes she still sends texts, "I'm sorry, can we talk?" I never reply. Instead, I book my own flights now. Solo trips, no thighs, no edited PDFs. Hawaii was the first. As I stood on the same beach where their photo was taken, I took my own selfie, smiling, sun behind me, freedom in my chest. Caption, "Finally made it." Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just the quiet satisfaction of watching the people who once controlled you crumble under the weight of their own deceit. They taught me that family doesn't always mean trust, and I taught them what happens when you betray someone.